Story 1: The Night Caller. It was supposed to be a simple evening: dinner, homework, and bed. But as the night stretched on, it turned into something I'd never forget. I had just finished cleaning up after dinner when the landline rang. It startled me because the parents hadn't mentioned expecting any calls. When I picked it up, all I heard was heavy breathing. "Hello?" I said, but there was no response. I hung up and checked the kids. They were both asleep upstairs. As I turned to leave the room, I saw movement outside through the window. A tall figure stood at the edge of the yard, just watching the house. My heart raced as I reached for my phone. But before I could dial, the landline rang again. When I answered, a voice whispered, "I'm already inside." I dropped the phone and turned around, my breath catching in my throat. The shadows in the living room seemed to move on their own, stretching and bending toward me. I ran upstairs, locking myself and the kids in the bedroom. We stayed there until the parents came home. They didn't believe me, but I know what I heard and what I saw. Story 2: The Basement Secrets. The parents were clear: don't let the kids near the basement. But kids are curious, and I'm not sure who opened the door that night. We were watching TV when we heard the creak of the basement door. The older child, Anna, looked at me and said, "Mommy says the man downstairs gets angry if we go there." I wanted to laugh it off, but the look on her face stopped me. Against my better judgment, I went to check. As I descended, the air grew colder and an overwhelming sense of dread washed over me. At the bottom of the stairs, I saw footprints in the dust, leading to an old trunk. I opened it, and inside were photos of the family and me. Pictures of us taken that very night. I slammed the trunk shut and bolted upstairs. I called the parents, but their phones went straight to voicemail. That was the last time I ever stepped foot in that house. Story 3: The Disappearing Child. The Johnsons had one rule: don't let their son Timmy out of your sight. It seemed simple enough, until it wasn't. The night started normally. Timmy was playing with his toys while I read a book, but around 9 p.m., he said he was tired and wanted to go to bed. I tucked him in, read him a story, and kissed him goodnight. As I cleaned up the kitchen, I heard laughter coming from the living room. I walked in confused because Timmy was supposed to be asleep, but the room was empty. I went upstairs to check on him. His bed was empty, and the window was wide open. Panic set in as I searched the house, calling his name. And there I saw him in the basement, standing inside a circle of candles. He was chanting some spell. As soon as he heard me coming, his head snapped towards me, showing a sinister smile. He slowly stretched out his hand as calling me towards him. I don't know how, but my legs started walking towards him. Before I could enter the circle of candle, Mr. Johnson pulled me back, causing me to tumble and fall. I don't remember how I left that place, but I swore never to go there again. Make sure to subscribe if you want to hear more spine-chilling stories.